Some time ago, a friend of mine asked me, what products do I use to keep my matte finish on the RS clean and looking good? And I basically told him that at the time, all I did was wash the bike, dry it off with a good microfiber cloth, and that was it. And this is the result, more or less, 5 years on. The Granite Grey RS has a matte finish, as you can see, and that's my tank's condition, for example, and that's typical of the condition, other parts of the bike after 5 years. The body panels also are kind of a matte finish, and these are the little fairings in front. They're all matte finish. The front fender matte, but the front cowl is just matte plastic, but there's gloss plastic around the headlights. Similarly on this side. So it's a lot of matte paint and matte surfaces on this bike. If you like shiny, then you probably wouldn't like a Granite Grey. I just happen to like gray and black bikes, and the matte finish is wonderful. Both of my helmets are also matte finish, so I've got a lot of matte in my life. So how do you clean this stuff and make it look good? Well, like I said, I used to just wash the bike, and this is the result. But recently I discovered a product when I was in Walmart, actually, and it's this. DuPont Matte Finish Motorcycle Detailer. Ideal for flat matte paint. Also cleans chrome, glass, plastic, rubber, tank gauges, and so on and so forth. Spray on and wipe off. No water required. Well, of course, you got to start with a fairly clean bike, so that goes without saying. You're not going to put this on a dirty bike, but it says matte finish foaming technology allows you to clean with precision and confidence. Directions: shake well, spray onto a clean microfiber towel. So I don't see how the foaming is gonna matter there. But anyway, it says spray onto the towel, which is what I did. For deepest, flattest finish, lightly buff with a dry microfiber cloth. Works without water. No pre-wash or rinsing necessary unless sand or mud are on surface. I highly recommend that you start with a clean bike. Use this as a finishing product, and you should be good. So after giving this a good shake, you spray it onto your towel. And I've got a microfiber towel here, so I'm going to spray some on. Yeah, I guess it does foam up a bit. You spray some on, and then you just wipe it onto the surface of the bike, wherever you want to apply it, like right here. I'm holding this with one hand, so apologies in advance for any crappy camera angles. But essentially, this is what you do. You wipe it on, getting around all the parts necessary, and like it says, it's good for chrome and all kinds of surfaces, so I'm not too concerned if it gets onto the non-matte areas. So you wipe that on good, and I like to go around the other side and do the other side of the tank at this point. Wipe this on all around. Well, I try to avoid this tank grips. So I wipe that all around. I'm not going to do the whole bike in front of this video because I'd done the bike before. But for example, this part here, can do it a little bit of a wipe. And when you're done that, it says to buff with a dry cloth. Even if you don't buff it, not a big deal. So now I got a dry portion of the cloth exposed here, and I'm gonna just quickly buff off any residual product, and we'll have a quick look closer at how it looks when it's done. Like I said, forgive me for the camera angles. Now, I'm leaving on my 2021 big ride next weekend. At around this time, I'll be on the road. And I don't intend to wash this bike until I come back from that trip. So this is as good as it's going to be for the next couple of weeks. It's going to pick up a lot of bugs and a lot of grime along the way, so no sense washing it now. And that's the finished product. Beautiful matte finish. Looks as good as new. So I think that this is a good product. I would use it after I clean the bike and after dusting the bike. For example, if the bike is fairly clean and you don't need to wash it, what I do is go over the surfaces in front, especially with something like a glass cleaner. I know it's kind of strange, but I go over it with glass cleaner. I've been doing this for 5 years and it works beautifully. It removes the bugs and so on. And then I make sure that I remove all the dust. Dust has grit in it. So I remove all the dust. And then, without washing, because the bike is essentially clean, just a little bit of dust, I'll go over it with this product. And as you can see, it's a really nice, I don't know if that'll focus. Yeah, that looks like it's focusing well on the surface. You can see this beautiful matte finish, right? Does a pretty darn good job, I think. I think it's slightly better than just washing alone. And for the price, you can't be beat. So hopefully you found this video useful, and yeah, I think that this is a good product. You should probably give it a try if you've got matte surfaces. I tried it also on my helmet, and not the new Sedici Carbon, but I tried it on my matte black Shoei helmet, and that worked a treat. Took out any kind of blemishes that was on it, and it gave it a new looking surface. So very pleased with that. So give this a shot. You'll be pleased.